We're joined, sorry.
No, I was getting excited because there's people getting... I don't have an issue with this driving abroad, but maybe that's a confidence thing. Penny Mallory, who is a former rally champion and motoring journalist, will know all about this. What is this fear that people have about driving abroad?
I share the same thing as you. I don't have a problem with it, but I think anything that we're unfamiliar with, we get anxious about. So, you know, if we're used to sitting on one side of the car and then we get in the other, the gear stick's in our right hand, we're on the other side of the road, and we're seeing traffic coming from directions we're not expecting, we freak out a bit. And if you remember some time ago when we all learnt to drive, it's a really anxious time, and sometimes when you get in a car abroad, you feel like you're starting all over again. So I think it's about really taking your time and just being a little easy on yourself and being cautious.
It's, I mean, such a massive responsibility. You're driving, you know, it's such a potentially dangerous thing. You don't want to feel anything other than utterly confident, do you?
Well, I think people always, you know, in every country take driving for granted. It's a killing machine ultimately, isn't it? And it's a privilege, not a right, to have a car. So it is about taking your time. And you know, this driving school that's been launched, if it's going to help anybody to feel more relaxed, then it's got to be a good thing.
What do you think are the main dangers then?
Well, if you think about junctions and, as I say, traffic coming from directions you're not expecting, I mean, that's a big danger for some people. They'll pull out too soon because they haven't checked, and you know the possibility of having a crash. Roundabouts with everything going the wrong, you know, what we consider to be the wrong way. Or
different rights of way on roundabouts.
Different rights of way. Well, there's different rules in different countries, and I was looking into some of the rules and regulations in some countries, and there's some very odd ones. Apparently, if you're driving in Costa Rica, you're allowed to drink while you're driving, as long as you don't get drunk. Yep.
So you can have a beer while you're just
You can, as long as you don't get drunk. In Alabama, you're not allowed to be blindfolded when you're driving.
That's a relief.
How weird is that one?
Are there countries where you are allowed to be blindfolded when you're driving?
Well, makes you wonder.
What can they do blindfolded? That's how does that become a rule?
Exactly. How did that ever become a rule? But, you know, coming closer to home, in France, for example, it's an absolute legal requirement for you to have a breathalyzer test in your car.
Which doesn't seem like
And I think a lot of people wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm led to believe, this might not be true, but all car insurance stops around the Arc de Triomphe. No car insurance company will, because it's such chaos. And if you've ever tried to negotiate the Arc de Triomphe, it's just hilarious.
Have you ever tried to negotiate with your insurance company about the Arc de Triomphe?
Anything.
Even more chaos.
Penny, thank you.
Thanks very much indeed.